There we go. Hey everybody, it's Kate Beaters. If you're here, say hi. I want to make sure this is also yeah. Oh, good, it's showing. That's so great. Sometimes it seems like it's a little laggy certain times of hours, but I'm really glad that this picked up right away. So if you are here watching, please say hi. Let me know where you're from. I want to just adjust this for a little bit. There we go. I've got something really cool I want to share with you on today's Facebook Live. In fact, I stopped. Today's my creative day, and you can see I'm out kind of being relaxed, being comfortable, and before I took off for the weekend, I wanted to be here with you all. So if you are here, please say hi. Let me know who's there, where you're from, all that good stuff. Please share. I've got something really, really important I want to share with you. It's such a critical time of year for this, and that's why I'm doing this Facebook Live. So let's see, hopefully everyone can hear me. There we go. Alrighty, I can see without these, see what I need to do. But I've got something really, really important I want to share with everybody. So, and for everybody too who's watching, who celebrates, I want to wish everybody a safe and easy fast. It's not sundown yet here in the East Coast, so hopefully on the East Coast you'll be able to kind of watch as well. So let's see, let me just, oh, and Kathleen, hello. Let's just see what else. Let me get this all set. Oop. Let's see, what the heck is this thing doing? Oop. Let's see. Just trying to get this all set. So again, let me know who's here. Say hi. I'm sure there has to be an easier way to get all these settings right. But anyways. Let's see. Oh, let me fix this. Sorry, everybody. Just trying to get this all set. There we go. So again, if you just joined, say hi. I've got something really important to share with you, and it's probably popped up for me for a couple of reasons. Partly because of what's going on in my life right now, and the other reason it popped up is because there's Callie. Because even though I was brought up Jewish, I'm not really religious anymore, but there's the holiest day of the year in the Jewish religion is happening tonight at sundown. The New Year, Jewish New Year, was about a week ago, and for me, even though like I said, I'm not religious, I'm more spiritual now, but to me, September actually symbolizes more the starting of a new year. Maybe also because it's, it's how I was brought up, but also this back to school time, all sorts of things, more so than New Year's has always been. I've never been big on New Year's resolutions. For me, I don't know, just even though I know it's technically the beginning of the calendar year, it's just never hit me as strong. Whereas I kind of believe that summer, especially those of us who in this part of the hemisphere of the globe, we have summer, which people kind of rejuvenate, they take vacations, maybe they take some time off. And I think it really kind of allows you then to kind of come back full force. And that's why I want to talk about goal setting with you all today and teach you something really, really important, because I want to make sure, you still have another couple of months left in the calendar year, but also to get you on track so you really are reaching what you want to reach. And I love teaching this because I personally see myself as a very powerful manifester, the things that I've brought into my life, and I love being able to teach others. So if you're joining me, please say hi. I'm just looking through my glasses on to see who's here. Say hi, let me know where you're from, and all that good stuff. And I'll keep putting my glasses on periodically. But again, I just think this is really, really important, and I got my notes over here to make sure I don't leave anything off. So a couple things have happened, as I said, that it's also, this time of year, Jewish New Year, which means it symbolizes the start of something new. But something else that also happened to me, and for those of you who, follow my posts on Facebook, know that my girl, who's actually sitting right next to me, Callie, had emergency surgery about a week and a half ago now. And without going into all the gory details and all that, it was one of these things that she was at a regular vet appointment, had to rush over to MSPCA Angel Memorial Hospital, which is like world renowned. They've got fabulous people, and we had so basically all day, a week and a half ago on Saturday, we were there almost the whole entire day, waiting for the specialist to come in because it was his day off, and he didn't get there till 9 o'clock at night. And as I'm waiting, and I'm sure many of you have kind of done something like this before, maybe for somebody else in your family, you're kind of like you're sitting on these so uncomfortable hospital benches, you know, and this place has no cafeteria, so there's like nothing to eat. And, you know, I think I ate a bag of pretzels all day with some water, and you're just kind of waiting, and you're waiting, and you're trying to calm down, and you're waiting, and you're trying to calm down, and I'm trying mindset work, and like, you know, it's just, all I could focus on was we got to get Callie all set, because this was serious. And he came in, the specialist came in about 9, and, you know, talked to me for a little bit, looked at my girl and said, you know, we need to do emergency surgery. And I was like, you know, can we wait till tomorrow? He said, no, absolutely not. And because it was a weekend, they had to wait. Hey, Callie. They had to wait till they could get an OR available. And so he ended up not doing surgery. Oh, Callie, you want to go down? Oops. There you go. They ended up not doing emergency surgery till starting it at 1 o'clock Sunday morning. So by the time they finished and he called me, I mean, I didn't go to sleep. I was literally up almost 24 hours. And everything was all about Callie. Whatever she needed, if she had needed all my blood, I would have given it to Callie. Has anyone else ever been that? I know I posted something yesterday on Facebook, like, you know, what would you like walk through fire for? And does that resonate with anyone, that whatever she needed, if she had needed surgery that cost $1 million, I would have found a way. There was just like nothing would have stopped me from making sure she got everything she needed. And food didn't matter, sleep didn't matter. Switch things around, plans, nothing else mattered. It was all about making sure she got everything she needed. And if that's resonating, if any of you guys have ever experienced that, can you just comment? I'm just going to stop for a sec, because this is so critical with what I'm talking about today. And, you know, in my case, Callie's my child. I don't have any other kids. I just have my girl. So, but I was willing to, like I said, walk through fire for her. So has anyone ever experienced that with her? You know, maybe it's a pet, maybe it's a child. Laverne, thank you for the heart. You know, you would have done whatever it takes. It didn't matter. Nothing else in the world mattered but making sure that this person was okay. Because Callie, in my mind's a person. Maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your parents, because I've experienced with my parents, you know, when they've had their health issues. Nothing else matters. So if that's resonating for those of you watching, can you comment or share or something, or add a comment, because this is so important to what I'm teaching today. And I just want to make sure this is resonating with everybody. Let's see. Just checking here. So what I want to talk to you about today has to do with goal setting. So my story's going to tie back in. And so again, you know, most of us have experienced that, a time in your life where something had to be taken care of, and it was like the most important thing, and everything else kind of goes away. It's total focus, making sure that thing gets happened. So now I want to talk about goal setting, because you're going to see how this ties in. And I'm sure most of you on here, you've set a goal. Maybe you probably set lots of goals. You know, we all have, whether you call it a goal, whether you call it a vision statement. Somehow you're setting something that you want to reach something, right? And feel free if you want to share what your goal or your vision is. And I know that you may have a lot of different things, maybe some things regarding your business, your work, your personal life, professional life, family life, and all that. You know, but just like what's the main thing? What's the big thing that really has to happen? And feel free if you want to share it in the comment below, because I want you to think about this, because I'm going to teach you an area that people don't tend to talk about a lot, and I feel like this is missing so often when you set goals. Because everyone knows about setting goals, people set them all the time, but then why do most people fail, right? Why do most people fail? So the thing you set that's so important, it's over here, you want to go over there, why are you always failing and not reaching it? So again, if you want to share what your goal is, feel free, I'll take a look at it and see what you got there. But I want to teach you something that tends to be missing quite often when you are doing this. And so when you think about it, first of all, like, how important is it for you to actually reach this goal? Because a lot of people are setting goals and they're doing it because everybody's telling them that they should do it. And there's not really a lot of thought process in it. So I want you to think about how important is it for you to reach that goal on a scale of 0 to 10. Is it like, well, it'd be nice, you know, sure, if I get that new client, that's great, or sure, if I get that new car, that'd be awesome. How important is it for you? And I want you to just put down, you know, write it down, and if you want to share it on Facebook, you know, in the thread, put down like 0 to 10. How important is it for you? How important is it for you? Are you willing to walk through that fire for this goal? Let me just see if anyone's wants to share. I know sometimes people don't, sometimes people are really comfortable sharing on Facebook, and sometimes people kind of just want to leave it. And if you want to just share it for yourself, that's okay too. You don't have to share it, but at least write it down for yourself, right? It's just you and how important it is. Okay, and just take a look at that number. So the thing I want to talk to you about with your goal is that, and you may have heard me share this before, is that you got to have the clarity around your goal. You have to really know what that is. You can't just want to say, oh yeah, I want to make a lot of money. Because saying you want to make a lot of money is pretty undefined, because that could be $1 more than what you're making right now, $5, $10, $1,000. What is it? So the thing often that people are missing, I'm going to share 3 things that people are missing when they set goals. And the 3 really, really critical things. So the first people are often missing is the clarity of what does it look like. So if you're just saying you want to make more money or you want to pay off your debt, what does that really and truly really look like? You want to make sure that it's clear, it's defined, right? Because more money, again, you can get another penny and you've technically have increased your income by a penny. But that's not really what most of you really mean. So think about that. When you're setting your goal, how clearly defined is it? Right? You're writing down, you're specific. And the thing that I find that happens is that when you first start writing goals, I'm going to be really honest with you, it is going to be pretty vague. Like, oh, I'm making more money this year and, blah, blah, blah. But as you keep doing it, you're going to find, because I find this with my clients, my private clients, at the beginning it is vague, but the more they do it, the more specific they get. And I think it's partly because they get the courage to be more specific. So, and if you have any questions while we're going along, I'm just taking a look here, feel free to write them down. And if I see them, I'm happy to answer them too. And please also feel free to share this with your friends as well, and comment, like, share, do hearts, whatever. So think about that. So that's the first thing, is your goal that you really want, is it really, really clear, right? Is it specific? So the next thing I want to talk about with you is that, do you have a burning desire for this to happen? And what I find is that a lot of people are missing this. So when I asked you earlier on this scale of 0 to 10, how important is it that it happens? If you're even lukewarm, you're here, you're not going to get there. So why is it that you're lukewarm? Is it not the right goal for you? Because that could happen. I've had people say, oh yeah, I really want to have a best-selling book, but when it comes down to it, they really don't want to write a book, or maybe they really don't want to write a book right now. So do you have, what's holding you back? Because it might not be the right thing, or else you've got some fears and doubts popping up. A lot of people are very afraid to say that they really, really want it, because when you say you really want it, what if you don't get it? It's like you put your heart on the line. You said, I really want this, and then you don't get it. So a lot of people are afraid, so they say lukewarm about that. Is that what's holding you back? Maybe you've had so many other times where you didn't get what you wanted, right? You just didn't get what you wanted, so you're afraid to put your heart back on the line, say, I really want this. This really has to happen. Maybe you don't believe you're good enough for it. Maybe, whatever is popping up, because that's the third thing, is that you have to believe. You have to believe you're going to get it. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. Nobody else will. So what's holding you back from believing in it? Because people who are confident, and I'm not talking about faking it till you're making it, all that kind of stuff, although that's not a bad thing to kind of get you moving forward. But if you're just one of these, like, the imposter syndrome, where you kind of, look nice and play the whole part right, but deep down everything's a mess and falling apart, you're not going to get where you want to go. You aren't. So what is holding you back? What are the fears and doubts that are holding you back? And let's see if anyone has any comments or thoughts. I'm going to take a quick look. So I want you to be thinking about this. What is it that is holding you back? So something I want to bring back to, where I share the story about Callie with you. I want to kind of bring that back and get you to kind of think about that for a moment. That, like I said with Callie, I would have walked through the fire for her. Anything she needed, whether it was time, whether I needed to be in that hospital, staying there. The doctor literally kicked me out and said, "Go home, get some rest." Of course, I didn't rest, but he just he wanted me to get out and just get into some in a different scenario, a different scenery. That's why I left for a few hours. But what is it? What's going to make you walk through fire for you? Because that's one of the big reasons that people fail at their goals, is that they're not willing to walk through fire for themselves. They aren't. You'll do it for, maybe you do it for your parents, you do it for your kids, siblings, your dogs, your cats, your pets, but yet you won't be willing to do it for you. And sometimes you'll even do it for your clients, but yet you won't do it for you. So what's up with that? Because if you aren't willing to do it for you, a clue, it's not going to happen. It won't happen. So what is it going to take for you to be willing to walk through fire for you? That you're willing to put in the hours, you're willing to put in the resources, you're willing to spend the time. Is it because what you want isn't that important to you? Is it because you don't believe it'll happen? Is it because you're afraid that when it does happen, what are you going to do? Is it because you're afraid you're going to stumble and fall if you really put everything out there on the line? What is it? Admit it. At least if you're not willing to admit it to me, at least admit it to yourself. What is it that's holding you back? What's holding you back? So I'm going to share a couple of ways that you can start to switch it. And what I do want to invite you in the meantime, though, if you're feeling like you're a bit stuck, let's have a conversation. If provided, you're looking for mentorship, if you're looking to move forward, let's set up a time and talk. Email my team, info@katebeaters.com. That's info@katebeaters.com. It's a complimentary call. It's free. There's no charge for it. But if you're really at this place where you're looking to hire a mentor, let's have a conversation and see if I'm the right fit, if I'm the one to help you. And I'll see if I'm the right person to help you. Okay, so it's really like mutual. See if it's right. So what I want you to think about now is, as you've gone through the questions, I want to kind of share an example of how you can start putting yourself first. And I'm just looking at my notes, make sure I don't leave anything off. So one way that I do and that I teach my clients is to make sure you're pulling in daily care. One thing I noticed, quite honestly, with Callie is that Callie's got, I'm not going to show it to you because it'll scare you. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different medications I've got to give to her. Some are once a day, some are twice a day, some are 3 times a day, some are 4 to 6 times a day. Okay, that's a lot of medication. But the doctor said, we're not out of the woods yet. Everything's gone really well. She's healing really well, but we're not out of the woods. I can't not give her medication. I've got to make sure that everything is happening as it should. That she's getting her eye drops, she's getting her pills, etc., etc. I can't let something slide. I can't, because that could be detrimental to her healing. I could never do that. But yet, with you, do you have that routine? So whatever you've set up as a goal, as a vision, as a dream, do you have that routine to make sure that all that stuff is going to happen for you? So the way I do that is, first of all, I have a morning routine. I teach this to my clients to have a morning routine. For me, I love to do some kind of physical activity. Usually it's a long walk. I also like to listen to something motivational in the morning. I also do supplements. I'm a big believer in taking supplements because I believe that keeps me healthier. So what is your morning routine that you're starting each day off with? So that's one way to start kicking off your day, to start putting yourself first. A second way to do it is to make sure that you've got a schedule or plan. Every day, you know what you're doing. Create a routine. Create a routine of what you need to do, of what you want to do, how you're going to do it. And also put time on your calendar to make sure that's happening. What I even do with some of Callie's meds is I take out my iPhone and I even set reminders. Give Callie her next set of meds in 2 hours, whatever the heck it is. I've made this a priority. I make myself a priority. Are you doing this for you and your business and your life? Now, the last thing I want to share with you is make sure you got support. You need to have people around you to support you. Whether it could be one person, it could be a community. It doesn't matter, but you've got to have people around who support you and who believe in you. You also got to have that expert. Callie's got that amazing doctor who seriously pulled a miracle out, because I don't want to tell you that it was pretty scary. It was pretty touch and go. And so that's why you want to make sure you've got your mentor hired. You've hired a coach to help you, who's an expert to help you. Maybe it's me, and that's why you want to have that conversation with me and see if I'm the right person to help you, and I see if I'm the right person to help you. And that's info@katebeaters.com. But you've got to have a mentor. Callie would never be healing the way she is today without this expert. I mean, I think he was a miracle worker. So those are the 3 things you want to pull in, because you've got to start pulling yourself first. You've got to start being willing to walk through the fire for yourself, or it's never going to happen. So does anybody have any questions or comments before I wrap up? I just want to take a quick look. And again, for anybody who is celebrating Yom Kippur, I want to wish everybody a safe and easy fast. Now, let me just take a quick look. And if this resonated with you, please share this with your friends, with your community, okay? So until we meet again, I want to wish everybody a wonderful evening and be brilliant. Bye now.